Greetings, this is Charles McCall with Mentoring Growing Leaders again. And we're looking at lesson number 2 on the subject of leadership is making others great. Now, if you're coming in at lesson number 2, I recommend that you go back to lesson number 1 because one lesson builds upon another. Also, I'd like to say if the lessons on this YouTube site are helpful to you, I'd like for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd like for you to like the video. I'd like for you to click on the little bell so that you're notified each time I put up a new video. And thank you for doing that. And please share it with others. Share the link and share the video with others. We want to ask the question, so how do we make others great? If leadership is about making others great, how do we go about making others great? Again, the thing we're focusing on here is great people make the difference between a great team and a mediocre team. You, my friend, if you want to aspire for leadership, if you want to rise up to the next level of leadership, you can't do it alone. You can't be a lone ranger. You can't just plow the way by yourself. You have to have a team that work together with you. And the more competent and cooperative your team is, the more successful you're going to be in your leadership endeavor. And again, I recommend a leadership endeavor. What is your leadership goal is just to get higher and higher. Well, I suppose you can do that. You can have that kind of a goal if you want, but you should have a project. What is their end goal, the major life purpose in becoming a leader? Then I'm hoping that major life purpose, whether it's in business, in education, whether it's in social affairs, government, or music industry, whatever it may be, I'm hoping that your goal in rising to a higher level of leadership and a higher level of influence is to make a positive impact on society. That's what I'm hoping. And so I'm from the state of Oregon in the United States, and we have fishing policies. There are a lot of rivers and streams and lakes in the state of Oregon. It's a very beautiful state, and there's a lot of fishing that goes on, usually pole fishing from a boat in a lake or in a stream. And because there's more and more population and less fish, our state has created laws over the past many years. And we have one law that's called catch and release. And that is, if you just want to go for the thrill of fishing and the sport and the challenge of trying to catch a fish, and you don't care whether you keep it and eat it or not, well then this is not a problem for you. Some fishermen, they want to eat the fish. Others just like to be outdoors and catch the fish. But the law is called catch and release. And so they have a limit of how many fish you can catch and the length and the size of the fish that you can catch. And the law is that for certain fish, that you catch them, but then you have to release them back into the stream and not take them home and eat them or let them lay on the bank and die. That's not any good either. And so our goal as leaders is to catch and release, is to catch people who have potential. I just want to tell you, whatever role you're in, if you're in a government office, institution, if you're in a business, if you're in education, if you're in church, if you're in the music industry, the arts and entertainment industry, or the media industry, or whatever it may be, I can just tell you one of the most satisfying things in life is to be able to find people who have potential, people who have a good heart, and bring them close to you and expose them to resources that can help them to become all that they can be. For me, there's nothing more satisfying than that. I have hundreds, if not thousands, of men and women over my 30 plus years of leadership that I've been able to influence in that way, and it's just wonderful. And so we want to look for people that have potential, look for people who are faithful, look for people who have a good heart, and bring them close to us and discover what their heart's passion is, discover where they want to go in life, and guide them down the path and give them the resources they need to rise to a higher level of leadership in our institution, in our business, and also for the next step for them, wherever that may be. And so our goal is to catch and release, discover people with potential, help them to develop their potential, and release them to do it and to fulfill their passion and to fulfill their destiny. We want to get the right person in the right place. And this is a challenge. I was just talking to someone recently, and when we hire staff, we go through processes and we try to discern if it's the right person. And if we choose a person for a project, whether it's a volunteer or a paid staff, we hope it's the right person, but there's no guarantee of that. Many of us, you and I, we've been the wrong person in the wrong place. We've been in a job, we've been selected, we've been assigned, and it just has not worked out for us. We haven't liked it, we haven't been successful, we fouled up. I remember one job that I had to take it. I was in a financial situation where I had to take it. I hated it. I hated it every day, and I didn't do well at it. But if they offered to move me up into management, well, then that was a different story. And so we hope to get the right person in the right place, and that's critical. To get the right person in the right place, we want the right skills for the job, we want the right passion for the job, and we want the right personality for the job. And so the skills are commensurate, are equal to the task. If not, we provide resources to help develop those skills. The passion, hopefully they love what they're doing, that there's a purpose behind it, it fulfills them. That's a very important aspect of getting the right person in the right place. And their personality. I've done many lessons on personality, and it is critical that our personalities have a major influence on our satisfaction in relationships, and our satisfaction at work, and our satisfaction in life. And so it's an important aspect of getting the right person in the right place. Skills, passion, and personality. And some of the ways we can do that is a clear job description. We'll talk more about that in our next lesson, but a clear job description. That we know the kind of person, we know what the job is that needs to be done, and we know the skills and the kind of person that needs to do it, the personality that needs to do it, and the skills that need to complete that job and bring it to completion and success. And also, if possible, in your institution, a probationary period, a 3-month probationary period where we agree, whether it's a volunteer or whether it's a paid staff, we're going to put you in this position, and these are your expectations during this time. At the end of 3 months, we're going to sit down. We're going to find out if you're happy. We're going to find out if I'm happy, and then decide where to go from there. That we may have to dismiss you, or we may have to move you to, we find out that, whoa, this person is not fitting well here, but I think they'll fit well there. And so a clear job description. These are things detailed things that somebody is going to have to sit down and write out the job description and the expectations. For many of us, because of our personality, we don't like that. But at least a simple job description is essential to be able to get the right person in the right place. The probationary period, and also having them buy into the corporate vision. This is important. Now, if you want a person and all they want is a salary, all they want is the reputation, the honor for fulfilling that role and that position, that's up to you. But for me, I want a person that has passion for the corporate vision. They're saying that I will serve the vision of this church. I will serve the vision of this restaurant. I will serve the vision of this car repair shop, or this government position that I have here, the institution that I'm involved in, the school. We want people that have a passion for the corporate vision, and they're willing to sacrifice for the corporate vision as well. And so there are 4 kinds of people that you want on your team. We're talking about building your team is what we're talking about. Building people that will build your team, that will bring you and your institution to success. 4 kinds of people that you want on your team. First, you want people who have the same vision as you. Now, there's something positive to be said about diversity on a team, but you don't want people that are continually questioning the direction that you're going. That's not what you want. And so you want people that buy into your vision. They generally are going in the same direction, are fully supportive of what your vision is as the senior leader. You also want people who have skills that you don't have. This is critical. None of us are fully equipped. I know that I lack in certain areas, and so what I learned a long time ago is hire for your weaknesses. Hire for your personal weaknesses. I've hired secretaries and personal assistants specifically for my weaknesses. I don't want somebody who can do the same thing. That's something else that we're looking at. But I want somebody who can make up the areas that I lack. I'm a detailed person, but I'm not a super detailed person. And so I want someone beside me that is a super detailed person. Here's the other thing, honestly, I don't like to talk on the phone. And so I want somebody beside me that can talk on the phone on my behalf. And so you hire for your weaknesses. You want people who have skills, experience, and ability that you don't have to make up your lack. The third kind of person that you want on your team is a person that has gone further than what you have. This may be an advisor. It doesn't have to be staff, but it could be an advisor, it could be a volunteer, it could be a friend, but they're on your team. They're within your sphere of influence, and they're supportive of you and what you're doing. People that have gone further than you. They have more experience. They've accomplished more. They've walked the way. That's the definition of a mentor, is somebody who has walked the way that you want to go, and they can bring you along and show you how to get there as well. So you want somebody who has walked the way, that you relate to them. They're on your team. It may be your board, it may be an advisor, it may be a friend. And the fourth kind of person is you want people in whom you can invest and you can raise up. People that are in Bible terminology, we call this disciples, or people who are your mentees, people who are your students, people who are your apprentices, but you've specifically chosen them because you see their potential and you intend on investing in them and raising them up to the next level of leadership. So 4 different kinds of people that you want on your team: people who have the same vision as you, people who have skills that you don't have, people who have gone further than you, and people that you can invest in, that you can raise up. And so leadership is making other people great. And you can't go it alone, and so you want to build a great team, and a great team is built by great leaders and great helpers and great volunteers. And so again, I want to thank you for taking the time to view this short video today, and stay tuned for the next one. And remember to subscribe to this channel, share the video with others, and click the bell so you know the next time I upload lesson number 3 in this series. Charles McCall, Mentoring Growing Leaders. Thank you so much.